Hello everyone, welcome to Crypto News. Today is November 5th, 2025, and the top cryptocurrency news is as follows. We'll start today's episode with our market. Bitcoin is at $101,000, and yesterday the price dropped to $99,000. Yesterday, as soon as the episode ended, literally as soon as it ended, the price started to drop even more. And beyond what we said in yesterday's episode about the price, we have additional developments, as you can imagine. First, let me tell you that with the price of Bitcoin dropping below $100,000, we saw over $2 billion in cryptocurrency liquidations. Bitcoin hadn't dropped below $100,000 since June, and what's interesting about what I just mentioned is that if we look at it, the price stopped at a previous resistance that was actually created in June, as we can see. So with the price of Bitcoin currently at this level, let's see what has affected the market the most. Beyond what we've already discussed in yesterday's episode and in previous episodes, I'll take the news in the order that I think has affected the market the most. We'll start with BlackRock, which moved 2,042 BTC worth $213 million and 22,681 ETH worth $80 million to Coinbase. So everyone is saying that they probably moved it there to sell, and that's what has spooked most investors. Moving on, we'll discuss Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, who are warning of a market correction, saying that markets go up and then down, as is logical. Both of these firms are expecting a 10 to 20% correction in the stock market over the next 1 to 2 years, which, to be honest, is a correction I'm expecting as well. However, as you can see for now, such a statement has only spooked the markets more, even though it's something we'll likely see in the future. Moving on, we'll look at long-term Bitcoin holders, who have sold $43 billion worth of Bitcoin. According to this chart, we can see that in the last 30 days, these long-term holders have sold a total of 405,000 BTC, so this is not helping the price at all, as it is constantly pushing Bitcoin down. And for the latest news that negatively impacted the market, we'll look at a company called Sachs, which also sold $100 million worth of Bitcoin. NYSE listed chipmaker Sachs, SQNS, sold 970 Bitcoin to pay off debt just 4 months ago. They still have 228 BTC to sell or hold. So for now, those are the main factors that I've seen negatively impact Bitcoin's price, especially the news involving BlackRock. Now, moving on to ETFs, we're looking at Bitcoin spot ETFs, where BlackRock didn't release its data early today as expected. As a result, excluding BlackRock, we're at negative $566 million as of November 4th. For the Ethereum ETF, again excluding BlackRock, we're at negative $108 million. The only ETFs showing positive flows on this tracker are the Solana ETFs. However, Solana's price is falling because it is following Bitcoin. The Solana ETFs do not have strong enough inflows to affect the price in any direction at this time. Moving on to a company for today, we're going to Strategy, which is coming to Europe, since Strategy told us that it plans to offer 3.5 million shares for European users and for the UK, with a clear income from their sales going to the Bitcoin market. Obviously, the stock provides an annual savings of 10% on the stated amount of 100 euros for those interested. Moving on to our investments, we're going to Ripple, and let me tell you that Ripple's stablecoin is in the top 10 stablecoins in the cryptocurrency market. In less than a year since its launch, it has reached over $1 billion to achieve this. And there are already very big players using it, and we're going to Bitnomial, which is a financial services company and clearinghouse based in Chicago, which is regulated by the CFTC, and it became the first registered clearinghouse in the US to accept stablecoin as collateral. And it doesn't accept just any stablecoin, it accepts Ripple's stablecoin for starters. So, good news for Ripple, and the financial world is getting more and more attracted to us, as we said. And we're going to go to Chainlink, which is going to bring the financial world to the blockchain, whether they want it or not, with its systems. And we're going to start with Chainlink, which is launching the Chainlink Runtime Environment, which is a new software platform designed to allow institutions to develop smart contracts on public and private blockchains, with built-in tools for creation, privacy, and data integration in general, where they build a tool that will do everything for them. Let me tell you now that this is already being used by very large organizations like UBS, MasterCard, Swift, and others to take advantage of the $867.3 trillion tokenization opportunity. For the latest news on Chainlink again, let's look at a money transfer it made. And we'll move on to UBS, which announced that it has completed the first on-chain purchase of a tokenized fund using Chainlink's digital transfer agent in a live exchange that shows blockchain infrastructure is starting to connect with the global $100 billion tokenized fund industry. The exchange involves UBS's tokenized fund, which is based on Ethereum, with Chainlink systems. So after we're done with Chainlink, we'll move on to the cryptocurrency market, with Bitcoin currently at $101,000. That wraps up the top news for crypto today is November 5th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.